Hello everyone and welcome to the best cards that you can get in Earth. Let's hope you're drawing them, as these are some bangers. First up we have the Black Raspberries, and this is a brilliant card for churning your hand, getting rid of those dodgy cards and gaining a little point along the way as you compost them to draw a card. So if you can get this down early, you can get drawing more cards and building up those compost points at the same time. Next up we have Mountain Forest and Pasture. Now these are two very similar cards, but these are terrain cards that are going to score you potentially a decent chunk of points. Not only that, they both come with a growth when planting action. So by getting that growth when that happens, and also the ability for a load of points based on things around them or in the same column, these are some great terrains to have in your grid. Next up we have four cards that are brilliant due to their flexibility. The reason these are so good is A, they can store sprouts, they can grow growth, that's some good ways to points, but the fact that you can pay for them without spending some soil, well, that is going to be really key. In the base game of Earth, resources such as soil, they're quite tight, so the ability to pick up a nice card for your grid that's going to be able to score you more points from growth or sprouts, this is a no-brainer for any of these cards. Next up we have the Venus Flytrap, and apart from looking pretty awesome and having a 1 growth that scores you 3 points, well, it's the opportunity here. If you can generate a load of cards, this card's going to trigger a lot on the red and the blue action. You're going to be able to compost cards. That's a lot of points that you could earn off the back of having this card in your grid. I'm not a huge fan of the events in Earth, and you'll see that from my worst cards video of Earth, but I've got to give props to the rainbow. Not only is it a rainbow, well, actually it's a free 2 points. You get 1 bit of growth and 1 leaf point. Next up we have 3 terrains that are going to help you if you can play them early in the game. And why is that? Because they reduce costs. These aren't the only examples of these cards, there are other ones in the deck, but they just really help you get stuff out quicker later on in the game. Think of this as an engine building card because it's just helping you for the rest of the game if you can play it early. Personally, I think Sand Dunes is the best one here because at 42% of the cards in the deck having that sun symbol, that's a lot of potential reductions even though it's only a -1 soil cost. Next up we have the Woolly Buckeye and the Slime Mold. These two cards do very similar things, and that is allowing you to do growth on things around them. Now this is maybe a super cheap way of you hitting some of those extra points for growth, and you can exploit them if you can build them into your grid well. Obviously don't put them around the edges, you want them to be able to grow just on anything throughout the game. Next up we have the Putrefied Land terrain card, and while it does have a 12 soil cost and by default only comes with 1 point, it's going to score you a load more than that. Composting is fairly natural throughout this game, so you're going to build up some points there, and if you combo this with the Venus Flytrap from earlier, that's going to see you really ramping up your composting scoring. This is going to potentially hit that max of 30 bonus points. From 1 card, that is a phenomenal return. And what better way to do it than build up that hand of cards and play this terrain card. This is a swing potentially near the end of the game if you can get this terrain card down for 20 points into your compost pile. That is amazing in terms of just on its own, but you combo this with some of the other cards like the previous one and it's going to score you even bigger. And last but not least, another terrain card that can be scoring you big time. Yes, it comes with a 9 soil cost, but 10 points just for playing it and a bonus potential of another 20 points. Yeah, only 19% have that little berry bush icon on the cards, but if you know you've got this card in your hand, you can build around that, certainly with stuff from the Earth Abundance expansion. Well, if you want to know a little bit more about that, there is a review on the channel, and there's also going to be a best cards from the expansion list coming very soon. So stay subscribed for that and all of the other board game stuff on the channel. And until next time, have a fantastic, Earth-filled good day.